Hey, and welcome to Girl Be Free, a podcast designed to help women get unstuck and cultivate the life you want on your terms. I'm Siobhan, your host, and I'm passionate about empowering women to live their best life. Each week, you'll hear pep talks that will inspire and push you to take action so you too can start to be free and live the life you want. You can learn more about me at BeFreeProject.com. Now let's jump into the show. Hey, welcome back to another episode of the Girl Be Free podcast. Y'all, before I even jump into this episode, I just have to share, I am sitting here looking out the window, and I feel like the snow here in Cleveland will never end. It is so cold and it's been snowing for days now. And I even had to reschedule my event from last week because we had some type of snow ice storm on Friday. And I was like, what the heck? So if you are in some place warm, you are so lucky. Send some positive vibes my way because I am so over the cold and the snow and I'm just ready for it to be over with. All right, I just had to get that off my chest as I'm looking out the window and recording this podcast. So, what I am loving this week, I am really enjoying hot baths. Now, that may seem a little funny to you, but I am not a bath type of girl. I love a good hot shower. However, I've been saying for the longest that I wanted to start taking baths. So this weekend I took 2 baths, right? One on Saturday, one on Sunday. And I burned my sage. I have my crystals out. Solange was playing in the background. One day I used Epsom salt, and then the other day I used this bath bomb that my friend Tara from the self-care box gave me. And it was like heaven. I enjoyed it so much. And I'm like, I totally have to do this more often. I even didn't get any interruptions from my kids or my husband or anything like that. And I was in the bath for a good 20 to 30 minutes. So I am loving baths. I'm going to be taking them more often. It was perfect just to be, again, with myself and just sitting there, no distractions and just enjoying the hot water. So if you are into baths, that's cool. If I am just behind the ball on this, and again, because I love taking showers, but let me know, are you into baths? Send me a tweet or reach out to me on Instagram or Facebook and let me know if you are, if you're into baths too, or if you're more of like, girl, I don't got time for that. All right, on to today's topic, which is 6 steps to creating a vision board with purpose. So I know this time of year, people make their resolutions. You may be going to vision board parties. Maybe you've had your own. And I see very often that people have the wrong intention when it comes to vision boards. And oftentimes people don't tend to stick to them because they did not have the right intention behind it or didn't have a purpose on what they wanted to bring into their life. So I am a strong believer when it comes to writing things down and putting it out into the universe and letting your desires become your reality. But you have to create a vision board or write down your goals, and there has to be a purpose and a meaning behind it. And when it comes to creating a vision board, you want to be really clear about your goals and what you want to accomplish. And most of all, you have to put in the work. Period. So I'm going to share again 6 steps that I think will be very helpful. So whether you've created a board already or you're planning to create one, this episode is just for you. And then again, if you're in Cleveland, I am having a vision board party this upcoming Saturday, January 20th. So if you're in Cleveland or surrounding areas, I would love for you to come and hang out with me. It's going to be an amazing workshop where I'll be taking today's topic even further. And then the link to the event will be in the show notes, and then I'll talk a little bit more at the end about it. All right, so first off, what is a vision board? Basically, it's a visual representation of your goals, your dreams, and your ideal life. So typically people will cut out they'll cut out pictures from magazines, some inspiring words, and you will post them to a poster board. Sometimes people will even use a vision book, which I've done before in the past. But it's basically what you want your life to look like. And what I notice so often is that people love to get together and create them. And then for some odd reason, they never look at them again. So these 6 steps I'm going to share with you today is really going to help you create a vision board with purpose and intention. So before you start clipping out images and words, I really want you to take time and figure out, what do you want for your life and what goals do you want to accomplish? So that is step one. Believe it or not, excuse me, people tend to cut out the images and they cut out the words, but yet they've never written down the goals that they really want to accomplish. So sometimes they're just doing it for fun. And then because they don't have a plan behind it or what they really want to get done, that vision board rarely comes to life. So before you get started with all the cutting out of pictures and images and words and all that jazz, I want you to ask yourself the following questions. What do you want your life to look like a year from today? What goals do you want to accomplish in your life and why? So what's the most important thing that you want to accomplish in your life and why do you want it? What makes you internally happy? So what gives you inner joy? And then what do you want for your life? So before you do the vision board and start cutting out and all that jazz, I want you to answer these very specific questions and take time to journal your responses. Okay? Because the thing is, I've had conversations with women oftentimes who don't have goals and they haven't really done any reflection work. And they're quick to say how, the things that they want in their life is not happening, or they feel stuck, or they don't know what they want for their life. Well, more often than not, it's because they're not doing the work. And I remember having a conversation with someone and she was like, yeah, I never have any goals. I kind of just go with the flow. And even the people that I spend the most time with, they don't have goals. And she said everyone around her is unhappy working their 9 to 5 and they complain all the time and make excuses. So think about that. If you're someone who spends a lot of time with people that are unhappy, that are miserable in their life, that don't have goals, that are negative, that energy is going to project on you. And then that means that you're not going to be achieving much in your life when the people around you, they say you become like, or there's a quote by Jim Rohn that says you become like the 5 people you spend the most time with. Well, if the people around you are not goal oriented or they don't have anything going on, they're miserable and unhappy, it's very likely that you will become the same way. Even if you're not trying to, even if you want anything different, but you have to be around people who are doing something positive in their life, right? So that is number one. You want to take time and answer these very specific questions on what do you want for your life and map out the goals that you want to accomplish. And I don't think it's necessary, to have this 5-year, 10-year, 15-year plan. Sometimes all you can think about is what you want in a year or what do you want in the next 6 months. I even broke down my goals of what I wanted to accomplish each quarter. That way I didn't have to get overwhelmed by trying to think about the whole year. So don't put unnecessary pressure on yourself. You don't have to have a 5-year plan. Maybe right now you just have a 1-year plan and that is okay. All right, so step number 2 is, now that you identify what you want for your life, now you can grab your magazines, you can get your affirmations, you can get everything that you need to start creating your vision board. So you can use a poster board that you can grab from Target or something like that. Again, like I said earlier, I've used vision books where I would get like these journal with blank pages, and then I would use that as my, vision book. And then that way I can carry it with me everywhere that I go. So you can do a number of things. Personally, right now, I'm using a cork board where I put my vision, like my pictures and more so words and my goals and all that jazz. Like I put that on a cork board. So whatever works for you, that's what you can go with. So some of the materials that you can grab, because I know everybody is not familiar with creating a vision board. And I know some people who have never done it. So this will be helpful, whether you're a beginner or you've already done this before. So again, make sure you're grabbing a poster board, a vision board, a poster board, a journal with blank pages, or even a cork board. Get you some glue, like a glue stick or some tape. Get you some magazines. You'll need scissors. You can even print off some pictures of yourself. So if you've taken some really cute pictures that you love that's in your phone, and you know how we never print things out, go ahead and print out some pictures of yourself. Get you some washi tape, some markers, whatever you need to make your board extra pretty, okay? And so those are just a few things. Of course, you can come up with more things like stickers and all that jazz, but whatever you need, have all your materials ready, and then carve out some time. So I would choose like maybe a Friday night or a weekend and give yourself a couple of hours to really do this. Or maybe you spend, Friday working on your, writing out your goals, and then Saturday or Sunday you take that time to actually create the board. And it's always more fun with friends. So maybe you can make a girls' night out of it and invite your friends over and you all can do it together. Or you can come to the Create the Vision board party this Saturday. And then also you can print off pictures off the internet. So if there's, something that you can't find necessarily in a magazine, but, there's something that you want on your board, just Google it and then print it off. So then that way you can add it. All right, on to step number 3. Now that you have all your materials and everything, and you've posted everything on your board is nice and pretty. Now I want you to think about what are the actionable steps that you need to take to bring your vision to life. So I don't want to say you can't, but I don't want you just to create a vision board and think like, everything is about to miraculously happen for you. No, you have to do the work. So if you want to take a trip to Bali, like I do, or if you want to go back and get your master's degree, or you want to start to do some renovations in your home, what are the actionable steps that you're going to need to take in order to make that happen? Okay. So you want to make a list. So you can even put your action steps next to your pictures. You can have a journal specifically for your vision, and maybe you write down your action steps, but write them down somewhere so that you know what you need to do in order to bring your vision to life. You have to have a plan of action, because again, the vision board is not just going to, all the magically happen for you. You got to put in the work, right? So write down the actionable steps that it's going to take to reach your goals. All right, on to step number 4. So now that you have your action steps, you have your board, you've reflected on the questions that you need to, answer for yourself in order to figure out the goals that you want to achieve this year. I don't want to say this is the most important step, but this is a very, very, very important step. You have to believe with everything in your heart and your soul that your vision can come to life. If you're doubtful, if you lack belief, then it's not going to happen. And I encourage you to dream big. Like I said on another podcast a few episodes ago, like it is okay to have big goals and big dreams, and that's totally fine. But you got to believe with everything in your heart that it can happen. And when you believe it and you start visualizing it, that's when you start to see things happen. I'm speaking from experience. I've been creating vision boards or writing down my goals and my actionable steps and all that jazz for years. And I have literally seen major things happen in my life that I never knew would even become my reality. And I know for one, it's because I believe that it was going to happen. Like I'm very clear that one day I'm going to open up my own bookstore that's going to be similar to Bus Boys and Poets, watch and see. But also because I've been putting in the work. And because I believe it, I visualize it, I put in the work, I read my goals often, I'm reciting affirmations, like I am doing the work in order for my vision to become real. And if you lack belief, or you don't feel like it's going to happen for you, or you question if it's real, or maybe you're thinking too big, then trust me, it is not going to happen. So what you have to do is kind of flip those thoughts. So whenever there's a negative thought, you're going to have to be able to replace it with something positive. You're going to have to speak life and pray over your vision board and just start doing the work. And trust me and believe me, you will start to see your vision come to life, because you're going to be doing the work and you've already mapped out what you want, the goals that you want to accomplish. You have the action steps you believe, and you're going to start to see it come to life. All right. And then step number 5, your vision board or your vision book, it needs to be visible. It breaks my heart, y'all, when I hear about someone that created a vision board, but yet they don't post it up. So they tuck it behind their desk or is somewhere that they can't see it. You have to see your vision often, daily, all the time. It has to be visible everywhere. So this is what I suggest. Think about a place that you have no choice but to look at every single day, right? And make sure that that's where your vision board is. Take a picture of your vision board and save it as a screensaver on your phone. I got that from my friend Christine from Moms in Charge. She told me that she did that. Maybe take a picture of your vision board and post it on your desk at work so that you know what you're working towards. Do not, I repeat, do not tuck your vision away. You have to make it visible, because when you see it all the time, it's a constant reminder of what you're working on. So again, I have my vision board above my desk. I have my goals and my notes inside my phone. I also carry a vision book around with me. Trust and believe, I'm always reminding myself on what I'm working on. So that is very, very, very important. And then step number 6, when you accomplish something on your board, check it off, right? Maybe get you a pretty highlighter, get you a colorful marker, maybe a sticker, but put something, when you accomplish something on your vision board, mark it off, because that's going to build your momentum to keep going. That's going to remind you like, yeah, I'm getting stuff done, or your vision is really, really happening. And I think sometimes we forget, because we're so busy being busy and all these different things that we have to do. But you want to make sure that you're being mindful when you're getting these things accomplished, right? And then celebrating your small wins. So that is what I want to share with you. I hope this was very insightful. I wrote a whole blog post on vision boards, so you can head over to BeFreeProject.com on my blog and search vision boards, and you can find a post about the same content that I shared today. But I would love to see your vision board. So whether you post them on Instagram or you post them on Facebook or Twitter, feel free to tag me so I can check it out and say, hey girl, hey. So I would love to see them. As I mentioned earlier, again, I am having the Create the Vision Board Party this upcoming Saturday, January 20th. It's a 4-hour workshop where it's being catered by Pure Pantry. We have a DJ. It's going to be an amazing time of positive, like-minded women getting together to work on their vision together. And my goal is to pair people up with accountability partners, because that is key as well. To have someone or a group of people in your corner, so that as you're working on your vision and your goals and all that jazz, that you have someone holding you accountable, so that you don't quit and you don't give up when things aren't happening as quickly as you would like. So I would love to see you at the Vision Board Party this weekend. No matter where you're at, come visit me, travel to see me, all that jazz. You can find the information at befreeproject.eventbrite.com. There are a few tickets available. The link will be in the show notes. And then the action step for this week is an affirmation that I want to share with you, that I want you to recite often. And it is, I have the power to create the life I want. I'm going to repeat it for you. I have the power to create the life I want. So I want you to recite that affirmation often. I don't know if you've seen this or not, but I created this, the Girl Be Free affirmation card deck, where there's a deck of 31 affirmations that you can recite every single day. And once you go through the deck, you can start over. But this is your way of feeding your mind positive statements, positive energy, and just constantly giving yourself that pep talk. So I'm really excited about those. If you want, you can purchase those on my website. I'll drop the link in the show notes as well. But it's a deck of 31 cards of affirmations that you can recite daily. And they've been selling really well. So I'm really excited. I just announced them last week. So that is all that I have for today. As always, thank you so much for tuning in. Don't forget to subscribe, to tell your girl about this podcast, and tune in next week. So until next time, girl, be free. Thank you so much for listening. Your support means the world to me. Don't forget to subscribe so that you never miss an episode. And if you're feeling really fancy, go ahead and leave a review. Until next time, be free and live.